I don't know what's going on. I think the ghosts are getting to us.
Yes. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome
Hi,
to Parlour
everybody.
Tea, everyone. We are not in
Well,
in the uh,
in the
in the
office.
parlor. No, not in the office today. But so before we start, there is an elephant in the room, and we need to talk about it.
Uh-oh.
I am growing out my hair, so I don't want anybody coming for me. So I'm just letting you know. I know it looks like a Fraggle or whatever you want to call it, but that's the elephant in the room is my hair. But anyway, I just had to throw that in there.
So, I'm really excited that Sarah was able to join us tonight. Our good friend Sarah Blake is joining us kind of last minute. This girl, she's a trooper.
Yes, she is. She
She's a
is.
trooper. She just, she's just there when we need her, and it's
Yes.
amazing.
And the funny part is that people are probably going to Sarah again. But yes,
Totally
so
different.
let's bring them
Nobody's gonna
on.
say that.
Yes,
Everybody loves Sarah.
no, they do, but there is a reason, and we're very excited to talk about it.
Let's bring her
So
on.
let's bring her on. Hello.
Hi.
Poor Sarah.
Hey, hey.
How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Hey,
So-
guys.
So, how are you?
I am doing well. And you?
Good.
Good. Good to hear. Good to hear. John, did you call yourself a Fraggle?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Dated me, right?
Fraggles are timeless,
They said
John.
they're very
Fraggles are
Jay
timeless.
gets it. Jay gets this. Gets it. So, why don't you, before we go, hey,
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Tony, so why don't you tell everyone who you are, what you do, name of your
Sure.
company, so on, and then me or Genevieve will, well, probably Genevieve because she's very excited. So let Genevieve tell you why we're here.
Okay.
Sure.
Take it away,
Well-
Sarah.
So, hi. My name is Sarah Blake. I have been a guest here on Parlour Tea once before. I am the creator of Hushed Up History, and I'm also of Twin Crows Tarot, which is who I've kind of gone under when doing readings there at the parlor. And I'm an adorer and an explorer of all things awesome and strange and wonderful.
Which we have at the parlor.
Lots of it, which is why I love the parlor.
So
Before we get into it, we have Sarah's information running down along the bottom. So if anyone wants to follow her, please do. We highly recommend that you follow Sarah because she's awesome.
and I am going to take
Thanks.
this time outside of this. Don't forget, guys, there are still tickets available for May 24th, which is Friday. Paint your partner date night on canvas, not any other way. That's parlor.
At least at the parlor. Do whatever you want to do.
That's
later.
the parlor. But yeah, I just wanted to take that chance and plug that in. Okay, so should we do a drum roll? We don't have a drum roll. Okay, Genevieve.
So we always are looking for new things to bring to the parlor. We're always looking for different ways to connect with the energies that we have at the place. We're always looking for new activities and new interactions. And we had we'd run a few seances in the past, but we were looking for something a little bit different. So we started talking with Sarah, and turns out Sarah has done seances in the past, but she wanted to run through a practice run, which we did on Sunday. I don't know about you, John. I'm going to speak for myself, but I was completely blown away by what Sarah brought to the table on Sunday.
Agree. I totally agree. I thought it was well thought out. It was, well communicated, well done. I thought that it definitely did with our ideas added to it and her twists of it. Really think that it is very much of a genius idea. So I loved it. I really did. So
Thanks,
I don't
guys.
know. Sarah, do you want to? I don't want to steal your thunder. Do you want to describe what you did? Because you understood the assignment and you ran with the assignment. You get an A++ for the assignment.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of energy into it. So you guys had approached me with seances, which is something that I have done before. It has been a little bit, so I wanted to kind of get back into it. It's been a while, but I didn't want to just do a seance, so to speak. I really wanted to kind of elevate it and make it more of something that could combine my love of history and my love of paranormal investigation and this place of the parlor, and kind of take it and just make it into more of a hands-on type of experience. So I went back and I started picking out all of these different methods that have been used for spirit communication since they kind of not since the beginning. We as humans have been looking to interact with spirits since the beginning of humankind, but it really took off with this formal idea of seances in the 1840s. And I mean, this is something that you see today. It has only grown in interest. So I wanted to take it and kind of do a showcase of where it kind of started and what tools and methods were used, and take it all the way to present day that we see in, who knows how many TV shows, paranormal investigations, and make it something where everybody could really interact and get a very hands-on experience with these different methods that have been used since the kind of origin of the thing that we all think of when we hear the term seance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like the fact that when you did what you did, you sort of given while talking and doing, you were also going through the history of the items and what was used, and it was sort of broken out and how things adapted into what things are used to do these things today. So I like that the historical pieces of it and how you spoke about them, you did them, and then you moved into different. And I don't want to give everything away because I think that it is. And Genevieve will get a tour de France to the seance.
But
awesome. I mean,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
One of my favorite things about working with you is, and this is so incredibly important to me, and it's something that you do without even us having to say it, is that you are so respectful of the energies that are around us and how we communicate with them, how we interact with them. And it's just, we never even had to say it. It's like you just did that. So that is so important to me. And I think that with this event that we're planning, people will really see how to properly interact.
Absolutely. Like that is a huge thing with me, is if you are going to interact with these spirits, these energies, there is no reason for them to be disrespected. They are no less than you just because you have skin and bones still. I think it's become a very popular thing. We've seen a lot of like television shows now, this very like aggressive approach to paranormal investigation, where it's like you want to instigate a fight with them, you want to make them react. Yeah. That's not okay with me. Like, it's these are spirits. These were humans once, and they deserve the utmost respect and patience and kindness that you would give interacting with anybody else.
And the other part of it too is that we'll go and do an event, we'll have an investigation, and when everybody else leaves, me and John are still there with those ghosts.
Yeah.
So we really don't want them to be aggravated.
Yeah, no, you want to keep
all four of us
know,
are always there,
yeah, you want happy coworkers, living and dead. I mean,
and the funny part is that I have a problem with my neck, and every time you hear something or there's a noise, and you're like, so
huh?
it's like yeah, but you see things all the time, you know, um, but this whole idea of bringing a uniqueness to the place that sort of separates from everything. I want to. Oh, dare you, Jen? But I just like the fact.
Bilbo Baggins. That is.
Yeah, or Frodo. Anyway,
Yeah.
I just thought that it was just, it was well prepared, well thought out, well spoken, and there was a fluidity to it that it was really great. I really think it'll be a really great experience for people because, the building that we are in is from when, Genevieve?
1830s.
Yeah. And it's like the back part of the building is the old part of it? Or is
I
that the
think
new?
so. We don't have confirmation on that, but there are pictures of our building that date back well over 100 years.
Yeah. And I think that,
Close to
people don't
200.
you could always sit there and say when, houses are haunted, but because you disturbed something or you changed something or you altered something, things sort of amp up. And because of what the type of things that we do in the store and the items that we bring in and the metaphysical pieces, as well as the witchy side, I also think it didn't provoke, but I actually think it enticed.
It welcomes
Things
them.
to,
Yeah.
I was going to say it provided this atmosphere of welcoming, and this knowledge that you guys weren't going to be aggressive. You guys weren't looking to force anything out or anything like that.
well,
But it started, I mean, the activity started well before we really were established there. And from previous
people.
clients of
Yeah.
previous tenants, they've had stories as well. So it's
Yeah.
almost like it was just kind of meant for us.
Yeah.
And you guys mentioned how the back of the building is the older. I know there's plenty of activity going around in the main part, but I know you guys have also experienced a lot in that part of the building.
When you did the what you did on Sunday, I kept feeling a lot out of that back room. I mean, I might not see as much as maybe others, but my feels are always like it's cold. I sense something, and you just get this like, something's looking. Not that bad. Not that it's bad things.
But you point out how you just said how you might not see as well as other people. I think one of the most important, you can have as many gadgets, you can have as many, items, however many you want for any of these type of things, these seances, these investigations, anything like that. My personal belief is that the most important part of anything like this are the people involved. And John, I know you are very open to these things, and I think that's a big key. And everybody experiences these things differently, and that's why one of the things I kept trying to emphasize, and that I will emphasize, anybody who takes part in this event, if you feel anything, see anything, sense anything at all, say it. Say it, say it, say it. It is so important to say it.
I was a little bit taken aback by how much activity we really had. I mean, I know that
there was a lot.
There was
a lot going on there.
Yeah, I feel like it's like Wonder Twin powers are activated.
It's crazy. Like, we did something and I said hi, and then Genevieve had her eyes were covered and she had headphones on, and it said right after It's
Right after. Right after. Hi, John.
and I'm
Clear
like,
as day.
We spent what, about 20 minutes doing that part of the experience.
Yeah.
The
but,
next day, when I went into the shop on Monday yesterday to teach a class, and I turned on the ghost tube just to see what was happening, and the first thing it did was say Jenny. So I
Saying
think
hey.
the next thing I did was text you guys and let you know.
Yep.
It's just that I hate to be so cryptic and so like coded with all of this. It's just that I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like it's certain things like, you know, when you look at something and someone could see something, doesn't necessarily that the next person is going to see the same thing. So
Exactly.
I saw something that was done and it just blew my mind because you might not realize it right away, but then you start to pick it apart and then you go, ah, crap, that's what it was. Like there were
All the pieces kind of come together, and yeah.
all of these pieces, you know, were all put together. And I know I don't want to end up like, but we could talk about it. I just
we'll do a post-mortem after the event and give everyone the breakdown.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we go.
But I believe that the because we Genevieve talks to the ghosts in there a lot. I do, and me and Genevieve are pretty much there quite a bit.
Yeah.
It just, I think that they get to know us because they consistently hear us and talk and like are there listening as we do whatever we're doing.
You guys are co-workers.
So, yeah.
But I also think,
I do believe
because
that.
we're so open to it. I mean, this is it's been my interest since I was a little kid, since I was pushing an empty swing and saying it was Casper. This. I think that they know that and they gravitate to that, and there's a different quality to someone like us that wants those experiences and is welcoming to it. It's kind of like how dogs pick.
I was just gonna say, yeah, exactly. It's like animals; they have this sense and they can tell.
Yeah.
Well, I think that besides the fact that what you're saying, I think that because the people that have come in, yourself included, I think that there's a purity to it, no matter, if you get what I mean by that. But I don't think that there's this, like you said, boom, boom, boom. I don't think it is what it is. There's no pushing. You get
no exploitation.
You talk when you talk, and you say something when you say something. I don't, it's not, people have come in, and this is with anything. They could walk in and say, oh my God, I got to leave. But we don't get that as much. But there are certain people that are that sensitive that are like, nope, I'm out.
Or the energy's just not aligned with them.
Right. And I don't think the energy in the place is any deviant kind of, I don't think it's very like smothering, people come in and you experience what you experience. There's everything that is there for people to come and explore it. And I think
it's almost like there's something that I don't want to say it's like an addictive quality, but like, because I always want to do more. Like, I always want to go back and I always want to look more. I always want to find more things. It's more like, I guess, captivating is probably a better term.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I do agree. I think that because we're there so much that it's just an experience for us because, we're there all the time. But we always want other people to experience it because it's a great space. It's not it's not a negative environment. It's more positive, if that makes any sense to anybody. It's just that you get a really good vibe in the place. And the more that we're there and the more that it goes on, I think the more positive it becomes, because there's a lot more people hearing about the place and talking about the place.
I mean, you guys bring such a positive enthusiasm to the place, and you're there so much. It absorbs it. You and your environment coexist. So by you guys being there and being so positive and being so enthusiastic and being so welcoming, it does affect the space. And I mean, I know I've been in the shop and I've heard people walk through and talk about the vibe and how great it is in there. So it's palpable to people coming in. And I absolutely attribute that to you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I do. Genevieve knows, and I laugh because it's true. When no one's in there, I get very upset. Like, where is everyone? I thrive on people coming in, and Genevieve knows that. Like, when there's a lot of people in it, I just do what I got to do. I pass people off to wherever it needs to be. I'm always talking about everything. I mean, I was at a dentist while they're looking at my teeth, and I'm handing out business cards today. I'm like,
I love it.
I was in the hospital thinking I was having a heart attack, and I'm like, Rick, get my wallet. I gotta give him a card. So, I mean, I believe in the place. I believe the place is great. I believe that the place has such an overwhelming, positive, accepting environment for everybody that comes in, no matter if you believe in it or not. You know,
100%.
It is what it is. It's just a great space. It's a great environment. But I did hand it out to someone that was doing my x-ray, and she said, "Oh my God, I heard about this place." I said, "Oh, how did you know about this?" And she goes, "Oh, I saw it on social media." And I was like, yes.
Excellent.
That's a lot of work too, people.
It is a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
Kudos to anybody that considers themselves like a social media guru, any of that stuff. It's a lot of work to put a lot of content to consistently intrigue people to come and stop by your page. It's a lot. So we really do try, all of us. But
so just so that everybody knows, we are planning to run this event on June 21st, which is perfect timing, I think, because it's the solstice time. So we've got a nice shift in the wheel of the year. And after the solstice, that's the longest day of the year. So we'll start going we're creeping toward Halloween, the best time of year. So
I think
we'll have those. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, we'll have those tickets up and advertised very soon. It's going to be an extremely limited event, partly because we only have so much space in the parlor, but also because we want everyone to have a high quality experience. If we pack the place, not everybody's going to be able to be interactive and engaged because we'll be there for 10 hours.
I think it needs to be, what we were thinking, the three of us, I think it needs to be more of an intimate event.
Absolutely. Yep.
100%.
It deserves to be an intimate event. I think that if you have the ability to come and experience it, you'll understand what we mean by that. It's very interactive. So you will get
it is very, very hands-on.
Right. Don't want anybody to realize you're not going to be pushed to do anything you don't want to. So
exactly.
If you want
to, not at all.
You'll be able to do whatever you want to experience whatever you want. I think that there also is one thing, just so you know, with anything, when you go into this experience, they're not here for to be a show. Like,
exactly.
It is what it is. If you have the ability to come in, and we will do what we can for you to experience what you can, but they're not on all the time. It's not a
And
parlor trick. You know what
and
I mean?
some of
I
that
see what
comes
you did
from
there.
yeah, I saw
Parlor
that too.
trick.
Um,
Yeah.
some of that comes from the energy that people bring with them when they attend the event too. So if you're going in and you're closed off, or you're um, defensive, or you're aggressive, the energy that's there will respond
Bullshit.
accordingly.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes they won't show up. I mean, we've had those occasions too where we're all ready to play with that Ouija board and nothing is happening, and we're like, you were just going
Yeah.
crazy yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is something. Are you gonna like sage people when they come in, kind of thing, or no?
I was thinking we should do an open your third eye, kind of open your receptive
Okay.
nature.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that people will really be excited about this. I really, really, truly feel that I think it's a great opportunity for people to experience whatever they think they will experience, but don't be devastated if it doesn't. You can't, there can't be just like, okay, here's the light switch and we're up and running, and then things are flying around. It's not the haunted mansion here either. It is what it is.
Unfortunately.
I know.
I mean, the way, like, even if it is an event where nothing, where if it was something where like nothing happened at all, which I personally I doubt is ever going to be the case, but even if there was an event where absolutely nothing happened, I still feel that people will be able to leave this with an experience. They will have been able to learn something, learn some cool history, and have some hands-on experience with things that they won't find many other places in such an amazing environment. So it's a little bit of history, it's a little bit of school, it's a little bit of workshop, it's a little bit of investigation, but it's a lot of things put together, and I think anybody who is there will leave with some sort of positive experience.
Yeah. So the tickets are going to go up very soon. We will promote it. There's probably only going to be 10 tickets for sale. And like I said, if there's a bigger demand, we'll do it again. We'll give other people an opportunity. Excuse me. It's a great thing. It'll be June 21st. Tickets will be $65. Trust me, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, you're getting at least 2 hours at a minimum.
Yeah. You might even get a little more depending on the activity. We're not
Probably
going to
more.
just turn around. Yeah, we're not going to turn around and go like this and go,
Oh, it's 2 hours. Get out.
we're backing up and going. We don't do those things because I find that, you can watch a TV show and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's 50 minutes in and there's nothing, and you're like, well, what the hell? And then all of a sudden at the end, everything starts to happen. Things could be levitating all over, and they go, well, we're going to pack it up now. Okay, things fly. And you're like, what?
And I know on Sunday there were 2 exercises, I'll call them, in particular with you. And I mean, you guys know which ones I'm referring to. That really we put a lot of time in because there was such a reaction. There was so much happening that it was like, well, we're not going to cut them off.
Yeah.
They want to keep going, So they're time allotted in that way.
Well, I think that I think that we were very respectful to them because they wanted to talk.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that if we shut it down, I think that it's being disrespectful to a situation. That's just what I thought of it. So I don't know if you guys agree or don't agree, but that's how I felt. I mean, if they want to talk, let them talk.
The other part of it too is that we did document a lot from Sunday's event, and we plan to do that with all the subsequent events too. So that is something that I just want to make everybody mindful of, is that we didn't record anything, but we did document a lot of the conversations that were happening, a lot of the interactions, a lot of the words that we were getting. Hi, Rachel. We did that partially just so that we would have a record of it, but also so that we can better understand what's going on in our space and how to communicate more clearly. So it's a really cool opportunity for people to be a part of growing our knowledge base of what's happening in the space. I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's great. I mean, it really,
And
truthfully, I think it was really well thought out. I think that, Sarah did her due diligence to this. And I think, anybody could come in and go, here's a Ouija board, let's play with that. I think that it was really well thought out. And I think it was it was done in a way that, like, the historical side of it, but you become part of that historical side of it, if that makes any sense to anybody. But if you experience it, you'll understand that.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, also with you guys documenting everything, as we've talked about before, the what happens there at any of these events, however many we end up having, the experience can be different every time. So you might come to one, and if you come to a second one, a third one, you might have a completely different experience. It could be the same space, same people, same type of exercises, but because of what the event is, the experience has the potential to be wildly different every single time.
right.
I mean, the time of year that it takes place can have an impact.
Mm-hmm.
The weather that's going on.
The time. That's the time that,
so much
something's going to happen.
So much that can influence it. And again, like, your personal experience is going to influence it, and your energy. If I'm exhausted, I'm probably going to have a different experience than if I'm.
Rachel says moon phase.
Moon phase.
You're right.
Absolutely,
See?
Rachel.
She's a UK witch. She's one of us. Anyway, I think that, like you said, it all depends. It could be the person's energy. It could be the space. It could be someone that's with them that becomes part of the experience as well. So you just never know what with this. You can't pinpoint anything. You can't say, well, this is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed with this. So.
That will actually be a full moon too.
See?
Thanks for reminding me, Rachel.
I tell you, we should have Rachel on.
We should.
Parlour Tea. Rachel's, or a dog or a cat, etc. We have a parlor cat, but
we do. We have a parlor cat. Although people have told us that it's not actually a cat.
What did they say?
It's an energy that's presenting as a cat, but it's not really a cat. So
John, you heard the cat Sunday, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we all did. Yeah,
we both
did.
Yeah. Me and Genevieve, we heard it. Yeah. We heard it go meow twice in the back room. I'm like,
and both of you turned your heads in that direction at the same time when it happened.
That's familiar. He said it's familiar.
I get very like, I always want to make sure that we're not misinterpreting something. Like, I'll be very clear to make sure that it's not the people that live upstairs that are making the noise, or the something in the alley that's being dragged down the alley or something like that.
Yeah. See, the sadder part of the whole thing is that, there are two storefronts in the front, but there are 4 apartments above. So that we have always take into account.
Yeah.
And we always debunk our own stuff. But there is an alleyway that has 2 businesses on the side that their people always what?
Go ahead.
That 2 people always do. They're always doing something on that side, or smoking something that stinks.
But the one business has started to have some paranormal activity, and he blames me.
Is that the pizza place?
Yeah.
Whoops.
I said it's not me, because I want my ghost to stay with us.
This is really funny. But and like I said, with this whole experience, it'll be really well received. I really think. I think people See, good job,
I hope
Genevieve.
so.
Thanks, Rachel.
But yeah, I just think the whole idea of it. So I'm very excited to see, you know, how this all plays out with other people's, because we're the normals like that are in there normally all the time. So
Yeah, we're the
I'd like to
regulars.
see with it when you have 10 other people in it with us to see how it would really play itself out, because if you got some really strong people in there, I would like to see how that'll play itself out. So, but yeah,
But
tickets will be going up ASAP,
yes,
right?
there are ghosts. They're not going home with anybody.
No.
It's not adopted ghosts.
And if you would like at the end, if you feel uncomfortable, Genevieve or Sarah will do something so you feel comfortable about leaving.
We also sell a bunch of that stuff too. If anyone ever has an issue in their home, or if they feel like they need some kind of cleansing, we have all different modalities for that. We've got banishing sprays, we've got sage, we've got all sorts of stuff that you can use, and we're always happy to help. Yes, rent a ghost, Rachel. That's a good idea. They're mine. They're mine.
Yeah, there you go. She's very greedy with them.
Well, they followed somebody home once, and I got a little upset.
Yeah, but they followed it. But you have to explain that. So they followed a friend of the parlor. Her name is Ray. She is a medium, and
she's done readings with us.
She's done readings. She knows them. What was it? 2 of them went with her.
Yeah.
2 of them went home with her, and she didn't realize it. Her husband's like, "There's something in the closet," and then she's like, "No, there's something in the closet." And then you open the closet, and they're like, "We want to go back to the parlor.
We want to go home." So she had to bring him home.
So she had to come and bring her. So I thought that was adorable that they did it, because there is a little girl also named Emily that is frequent in the parlor.
A ghost girl, we should clarify.
Yes, she's a ghost girl. Yes, we have a lot of that. But
she was hanging out with us.
But we're very excited. So tickets will be going on sale. There's only 10 people allowed because of the experience that we'd like for you to have. $65 for the event, and it will be over probably 2.5 hours, I would assume. We did it, and how long was that one?
It was over 2 hours.
It was
we'll have to do.
It was over 2 hours. It was. We were there for 5. You guys took a little bit of a break to eat something, and we were there until after 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll have to build a break into that event so that people don't pass out on us.
But yeah, I think that I think it's really and I hate to say it, like, I think it was mesmerizing. I think it was intriguing because of the fact on how well it was spoken, how well it was facilitated, and the fluidity of it all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love that Sarah said, "I'm just going to pretend I don't know you, and I'm just going to go through it all," because I can't do that. Like, when I do a trial run of something, I can't pretend that I don't know the people and do the thing. I need like blank slates. I need the people I don't know.
Gotcha.
But the fun part is that having this discussion and not giving things away is very hard. Oh, break at Yulia's house. Yulia's place. There you go.
Different kind of spirit there, Rachel.
We were talking earlier, and I said, Rick, we should do a candle for 3BR.
Oh.
So they can sell it. And then he said, we should call it Yulia.
I think she'd be honored.
She would. Yeah. She would. She's a good egg too. But so I don't want to keep everybody, because I think that everybody has things to do, and I know Sarah popped on. Is there anything else that you'd like to say or plug or talk about?
No, I said this whole event, this whole experience that I kind of pieced together. It's the kind of thing that if I read about it, I would be so excited to go to it. So to hear you guys and how much you enjoyed it and your positive feedback, that means the world. I'm so excited that you guys enjoyed it so much.
That's good. I'm glad too. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, I've said this before. The people that we try to put in front of people are a representation of the parlor, and I'm perfectly happy with the representation that when we came to you and we talked about it. I'm 100% like thrilled as like this is an evening with Sarah, and I'm perfectly
Yep.
fine with it. So,
Well, I'm thrilled how
And
happy you guys are with it.
I feel the same way too, that this is something, if I read about it, I'd be like, oh, I need to go to that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like one of my drivers with figuring out events that we can have is this something that I would attend? Is this something that I want to go to? Is it something that I would enjoy?
that's how we always do everything.
Yeah. I mean,
because it's an expression of us, really. And
Right.
to be perfectly honest, we're so busy working at the shop all the time. This is how we get our social time sometimes.
I mean, like I said, and you know this because you've been one of the one of the professors in the classes. The classes are so well done and well thought out that as you go through them and then you go, I could do something better. Genevieve perfects every time that she has done something and thinks differently every time because it's a great experience. It's something that we're proud of, even though that I don't do it. It was an idea that we collectively came up with, but Genevieve did more of it because she came up with the content and she's a facilitator of it. But it was well done. And I'm proud of what we do at the place, that we try to.
Me too.
John's social. It makes sense. John would socialize with. Yeah, because sometimes they don't even listen to me over there anyway.
Oh, don't even start. We're gonna go
now. Me, the ghost.
Please, this one.
Oh, and just in case, hello, Mother Mary and Jill. Anyway, just in case they watch it, they'll
just
get
in case
upset.
they're watching. Hello.
But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of where we're going.
Me too.
What number was this on our Parlour Tea? I don't even know.
I lost count and I stopped numbering them because sometimes we replay some of them, so I stopped numbering.
We have to. It's very difficult to try to keep, because everybody has such a busy schedule. Sometimes it's harder to get people, and the last second it just changes everything, and that's why, we were working on this, and Sarah's like, Genevieve's like, ask Sarah, and then we did. So we took the time to actually present something that we're. The Parlour and Sarah are very proud of.
Yes.
And it's because of Sarah. So,
guys.
And thank you for joining us so last minute.
Thank you.
Sarah. Absolutely. Absolutely. No worries.
See, Rachel said hi. You would love Rachel.
Hi. Hi, Rachel.
But yes. So thank you very much for joining us. And
thank you guys. Thank you.
And yes, and everybody, do not miss an opportunity to be one of the first group to go through this experience.
Yes.
Tickets will go on sale this week. Soon.
This week. You can also get them at the Parlour directly if you don't want to pay the Eventbrite fees.
Yeah, but you got to let us know, and you got to guarantee because we can't miss up. So if you want a ticket, come into the Parlour, buy the ticket there, and we'll give you a number.
Yep.
And like I said, only 10, so we can give you the
10.
proper experience.
Yes.
And I think it's great. So thank you. And it's June 21st, which is solstice.
Yes.
Oh, John said
it's going to be awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you,
yeah,
Sarah.
thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
So we'll see you next Tuesday on Parlor Tea. Bye.
Bye.